been so friendly since I walked in the door.
More than 1,000 runners from across the Southeast are in Albany tonight for the annual Snickers Marathon.
I was never expected to live through that.
One of the spectators of this year's race tells us the marathon changed her life. She was told she would never walk again after a traumatic brain injury, but she went on to run in this race 6 times.
We're here in Memphis in the hopes that we'll re-walk and talk and listen to Dr. King's wisdom and gain inspiration for the journey in the times ahead.
Georgia Representative John Lewis, one of the members of Congress honoring Dr. Martin Luther King.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WALB News 10 at 11.
New at 11, 4 people are displaced tonight after their East Albany home was heavily damaged by a fire. Albany firefighters were called to the blaze about 7:15 in the home in the 1500 block of Arena Avenue. That's near Albany Middle School. Firefighters say it appears that blaze started in the back part of the house. The cause of the fire still undetermined, but firefighters suspect that it could be electrical. Albany utility crews were called to cut the power to the home as firefighters put out the flames. None of the 4 people who lived there were home when that fire broke out. The Red Cross has been brought in to help them while displaced. Firefighters say they'll have to return to that burned home Monday to dig through the rubble in the daylight to determine the cause of the fire. A lot of traffic in busy streets across Albany tonight. Hundreds of runners have started to arrive, getting ready for tomorrow morning's annual running of the Snickers Marathon. WALB News 10's Raisa Buckles is live on Front Street, where the big race will begin tomorrow morning. She has a look at how the organizers are prepared for this big day.
That's right, Jim. In a matter of hours, hundreds of runners will be right down here sporting their Snickers Marathon t-shirts. Earlier this evening, they all stopped by the expo down the road at the Albany Civic Center. That's where organizers for the first time ever held the Runners Expo this year. There were also several local businesses like Wildside Running and the Catch restaurant that set up booths to showcase what Albany has to offer. One of the biggest sponsors for the marathon, Mars, also passed out Snickers to all of those participants. And with sunny skies forecasted for tomorrow morning, the Snickers Marathon Board President expects a large and fast field.
I've talked to runners from Ohio and all over this country already today. People are coming in. It's going to be a great race. I think our numbers are going to be up this year simply because of the weather, and people are going to come in and run with us.
Tonight was the last night participants could register for tomorrow's race. The wheelchair race starts at 6:45 in the morning, and the full and half marathons start at 7 a.m. promptly. Drivers should expect detours and delays across the city tomorrow.
And there are going to be hundreds of spectators lining the Albany streets as well to cheer on those runners. Raisa, you met one earlier today that says this marathon is a very special event for her, even if she's not going to be able to participate this year.
That's right, Jim. I spoke to Stephanie Freeman. She suffered a brain injury back when she was younger in her teenage years. And so she was once told that she would never be able to walk, let alone run. But after months of rehab, she was able to run and walk again, obviously. And she has since ran in several marathons, including the Snickers Marathon. But obviously for tomorrow, she will be sitting out and instead encouraging those runners to the finish line.
I remember walking out these doors right behind us every day of my life, and it drives me.
Stephanie Freeman will be one of the first out on the streets with her lawn chair.
They're just like these people here at Palmyra, which is now Phoebe, gave me. So I want them to have the strength to get through.
Cheering on every single runner in tomorrow's Snickers Marathon, across from the very place that allowed her to walk again.
Here, and this is the make it or break it point right here. This is around mile 20, I think, or 21. And they're hustling, and it's hard to get through, so I try to bring some good energy to them.
But before a brain injury at age 14, Freeman was never fond of running.
I was told I'd never walk again. So running these streets mean a whole lot to me.
After spending 4 months rehabbing at Phoebe North Campus, she gradually became an avid runner, participating in the Snickers Marathon for the past 6 years.
I used activity to battle anything.
And tomorrow, she'll be passing along that same positive energy to our fellow runners, holding a banner that reads "Share Your Strong," the name of her nonprofit.
To encourage never giving up, and that it can be done. It can be done naturally.
Stephanie Freeman and her son will be out bright and early, lined up right outside of Phoebe North Campus with their lawn chairs to cheer on those runners. Again, she reminds everyone that that will be around mile 20 and 21. So that's that critical point in which they really need all the encouragement they need to get to the finish line. But for now, I'm live in downtown Albany. Risa Buckles for WALB News 10.
Thanks, Risa. Now, this is one of the biggest weekends of the year for tourism and visitors to Albany. Let's hope First Alert Chief Meteorologist Yolanda Amadeo says the weather's going to be nice for all of them.
Well, indeed so, Jim. Actually, we kicked off the really nice conditions on this Friday. Check out our highs from this afternoon. They were seasonable, with our readings topping low to mid 70s in many areas. Otherwise, we had a few upper 60s, including Americas, which had a high of 68. The average high is 67, so very close to the norm. Finally, back into the area. Moving into the overnight, and temperatures will be dropping quickly. Clearer skies will be the trend. We'll go from the low 50s into the mid 40s just before the sun comes up, but then temperatures will drop just a tad lower, upper 30s to low 40s in the morning. It will be a very chilly start to our Saturday. We haven't had these kind of temperatures since the beginning of February, so maybe a little shock to the system, but continuing on into Saturday, here's a look at the Snickers Marathon forecast. Full sunshine throughout the day.
Well, those cool temperatures hopefully help them run a little faster.
Probably so.
All right. Well, you had a big day today. You got to read to some elementary school kids this morning. And that's a chance. Let's take a look at this. There we go. Video of our very own chief meteorologist reading to the kids at Live Oak Elementary School, the students in Miss Goodson's second grade class. And you read Dr. Seuss' The Cat in the Hat, all a part of Read Across America Day. And that's a nice hat you had.
Oh, well, thank you, Jim. I make sure that I store it each year, so I will have it for the next year. But a great group of students, the second graders there. And The Cat in the Hat, haven't read it in years, but really great book to read. The most important thing is to make sure that kids learn to love to read. They'll be reading for life.
Great lesson. Thanks, Yolanda. Now, state lawmakers will no longer consider a bill that would further criminalize trespassing or vandalism on anyone's grave, at least not this year. Senate Bill 347 did not make it past crossover day Wednesday. Right now, it's only illegal to trespass on or vandalize the grave of a military member or a veteran. The bill's sponsor, Republican Senator Greg Kirk of Americus, says the language that's already in the state code involving Confederate memorials played a role in the bill not being passed. Representative John Lewis and other lawmakers from the House and the Senate traveled to Tennessee today to honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. nearly 50 years after his death. The members of the congressional delegation are on a 3-day journey from Memphis to Alabama. Nearly 30 members of Congress visited the Lorraine Motel in Memphis today, where Dr. King was assassinated in 1968. They laid a wreath at the location that is now the Civil Rights Museum. John Lewis is now leading this group to Birmingham, Montgomery, and Selma over the weekend.
In 1955, when I was 15 years old, growing up in rural Alabama. And then in 1958, at the age of 18, I met him. He changed my life. He inspired me to stand up, to speak up, and to never give up.
The Faith and Politics Institute is sponsoring this pilgrimage. It's drawn from one of Dr. King's most enduring lessons. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Albany police continue to battle gang violence in the city, the staggering number of gangs that they believe are operating inside the city limits. Plus, a major arrest announced in Albany today, the Facebook fraud that Dougherty County Police believe is connected.
With the WALB News 10 mobile app, you'll never be without WALB News. From WALB.com to text and email alerts for breaking news and weather. It's all right here in the palm of your hand. Sponsored by Westover Lawn and Garden. Service you more early with free pickup and delivery.
How do you become the most trusted brand of SUVs?
Go, go, go.
We've got room.
You make it for those who are running a bit late, run into a little trouble, or might just be running low.
Alexa, tell Starbucks to start my usual order.
So that the morning routine stays routine. That's Ford, and that's how you become the most trusted brand of SUVs.
It's Brooks' tax-saving event this Friday, Saturday, and Monday only. Markdowns 40 to 70% off store-wide. Doorbuster chairs just $99. Complete wall unit with fireplace just $18.98 with a free 42-inch TV. Queen storage bed, dresser, nightstand, and mirror for $15.98 with a free 32-inch TV. Get a box spring with every Restonic mattress purchase and $300 in Tempur-Pedic savings. Brooks has the lowest prices guaranteed with 48 months no interest. Or take advantage of Brooks in-store financing where everyone is approved. Brooks Furniture, financing for all.
We've extended the sale through this Saturday, March 3rd, Tennyson Nissan, Tifton, Georgia. Hi, everybody. Everything in inventory, all 300-plus brand-new Nissans, all of our trade-ins, all of our Fortress certified units, everything, no money down, no payments till after the 4th of July. Look at all this inventory, 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty, oil changes for life. This sale ends Saturday. Tennyson Nissan, Tifton, tall on service, short on price.
Tonight, Fallon has Lin-Manuel Miranda and Weird Al Yankovic with the Hamilton Polka. Washington isn't gonna listen to disciplined dissidents. This is the difference. This kid is out. Plus, Macaulay Culkin, the U.S. Men's Olympic Curling Champions, and thank you notes, new Fallon.
Sponsored by... At Mike's, it's all about the meat.
A recent string of shootings this week has the Albany Police Robbery Homicide Unit working with the gang unit to see if they're connected. That unit has been busy locking up some criminals for gang-related activity. Right now, intelligence officers can identify 25 gangs in Albany. They believe 2 are homegrown. Now they're investigating to see if these recent shootings are gang-related.
And hopefully through the investigation we can either prove it is gang-related, and if so, we'll take the necessary steps. And if it isn't, then we'll move on to another case.
With so many gangs around Albany, Lieutenant Camp says his unit works hard to be involved in the community, specifically with young kids. An Albany man's behind bars tonight after Dougherty County Police connected him to about $1,200 in counterfeit bills. 23-year-old Kirkland Coleman was arrested and charged with more than a dozen counts of forgery and theft. Dougherty County Police say Coleman would contact South Georgians to buy items for sale on Facebook and then paid with phony bills. Police warned tonight that many of those counterfeit bills are still being passed in the community.
They're pretty decent looking. I mean, you really have to look at it to tell whether or not it's a counterfeit.
Police say they are continuing to see an increase in these counterfeit cases around the county. If you think you've been a victim, you can report it to Crime Stoppers at 436-TIPS.
I just remember having hope, and I knew it was over, and I could breathe again.
A pair of opioid addiction survivors are turning their stories into action. They want to help others battling the deadly drug.
Well, for the first time in weeks, we have a rain-free weekend, but we have rain in the 7-day extended. We'll check out that extended forecast coming up next.
It's Railway Freight Furniture's package sale. How about a 58-piece living room package for only $9.99? What? You'll get a sofa, love seat, coffee table, 2 end tables, a 32-inch HDTV, and a deck of cards for only $9.99. You can get this queen bed, dresser, mirror, chest, nightstand, and a queen mattress set for only $9.99. And oh yeah, 52 playing cards. We've got lots of great packages to choose from, so come on down to Railway Freight Furniture and pick the one that's right for you. Don't buy the wrong way. Buy the Railway.
DJ's Car Wash wants to know, what's your car's request? And like a good owner, you comply. Nothing like a good hot bath for the road. A little shine here, a little shine there. And the tires, look at that shine. And while you're at DJ's, remember to see Dennis and Big John for all your full-service tire and oil change needs. So be good to your car and wash it. It's a whole lot more economical than trading it. Your wheels will thank you.
I'm Hunter Hill, Army Ranger. Unlike these guys, I'm not a career politician. Georgia's next governor will face many obstacles. That's why we need true conservative leadership that delivers results. As governor, I'll stop sanctuary cities and protect life and our Christian values. During 3 combat tours, I defended our Constitution, and now I'm ready to serve again. These guys, they'll never make it out of the swamp.
Even tough guys have a tender side. For Golden Corral's prime rib and shrimp spectacular. Slow roasted prime rib, premium butterfly shrimp, bone-in catfish, plus everything else. Just $13.99 every night. Woo! It's time to saddle up. The prime rib and shrimp spectacular, only $13.99. We have over 150 choices, but the only one that matters is yours. Golden Corral, your choice rules.
At Nashville Ford, you pay what we pay. That's right, you pay what we pay. It's simple. This month, you pay what we pay and rebates up to $9,000 on top on select models. It's the easiest way to save money on a brand new Ford F-150 and F-250 and on the all-new 2018 Ford Expedition. We need your trade-in and we're paying top dollar. Nashville Ford. Come in and let us prove that you pay what we pay.
She's his #1 fan to a fault.
I love Roger. Roger Federer. His name is Roger Federer.
Now, Savannah will face off against Roger Federer for a good cause. Has he finally met his match?
See you on the court.
Tuesday on Today.
Storm Tracker 10, Southwest Georgia's only mobile weather lab. Now your WALB First Alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Yolanda Amadeo.
Well, definitely slightly cooler outside compared to the last night at this time. Temperatures are running just about 10 to 15 degrees lower. And here's where we are right now. Down to 52 in Albany, 52 also Tifton. It is 54 Douglas, Nashville, already 48 to Valdosta. It is 50 in Americus, 53 Cuthbert, Bainbridge coming in at 57. But of course, these temperatures will continue to fall. Clear skies, calm winds. That means radiational cooling, so it will be well into the upper 30s, low 40s in the morning, just a few degrees below the average low of 43 for a chilly start to our Saturday, but with abundant sunshine into the afternoon. Readings rebound. We'll reach the upper 60s, so rather pleasant conditions as we kick off the weekend. Outside right now, of course, we haven't had any moisture around South Georgia, just very quiet and dry all across the region. High pressure is building across the deep south. It'll stick around for the rest of this weekend on into early next week, so we are in store for a near perfect weekend all across the area. Hopefully you have some outdoor plans because it's going to be a delight. It's rare that we get a weekend with no rainfall. Remember the past several weekends, at least one day, it's been wet, but finally drier conditions are back with us. We'll hold on to rain-free conditions on into our Monday, but yet another cold front hits our way. In advance of it, we get that southerly flow kicking in. It brings moisture back for a rather wet Tuesday. Showers will linger into early Wednesday and then gradually clear out for the rest of next week. But at the same time, at least we have some really nice temperatures for the weekend, albeit slightly below the average of 43. Morning lows mostly in the upper 30s, definitely jacket weather out the door. And then by Tuesday, as we get more clouds in here, not nearly as chilly out the door, around 50, but notice by the end of next week, back into the 30s, possibly flirting with freezing temperatures by the end of next week. Afternoon highs remain rather pleasant, upper 60s to low 70s into our Monday. Still pretty mild on Tuesday with the showers around, but notice the drop in highs for next week. That's part of that next colder air mass arriving, upper 50s by Thursday. The average high is 67. For the remainder of tonight, clear skies, but a chilly start to our Saturday. Lows around 40. And as we continue into our Saturday, of course, we have all the visitors in town for the Snickers Marathon. It kicks off on a really quiet but chilly note. Temperatures around 40, but of course, they will continue to rise. A lot of sunshine by midday in the low to mid 60s. And then for the afternoon, highs will reach upper 60s. So really delightful conditions all day long with the exception of that chilly start. Let's break down your weekend hour by hour. Almost a carbon copy on Sunday. Still a chilly start. Temperatures around 40 and then afternoon highs maybe a degree or two lower, but still rather pleasant. Mid to upper 60s. Your first alert extended 7-day forecast calls for at least a few days of those really pleasant conditions. We'll keep it dry through the weekend on into Monday. Here comes our next best chance of rain on Tuesday. Showers will be likely into early Wednesday, but then we got a shot of colder air and that will bring temperatures back into the upper 50s for our highs. Morning lows will drop into the mid 30s, but remember it is still winter. Spring officially arrives on March 20th.
The opioid epidemic has dominated national attention, with the White House holding that large drug summit. But it's the small organizations that are also battling the drugs addiction at the local level. The Raycom News Network's Jason Dennis talked to two former addicts who are now working with a Georgia church to help others recover.
I broke my hand playing baseball, and I was exposed to codeine then. And
I started using drugs about the age of 13.
so you take a little bit more of the medication than you really need, and it gives you the euphoric feeling.
My life just spiraled out of control from there. I ended up on the streets looking for my next high.
I was addicted to Oxycontin intravenous use and also methadone, and came into the program to get my life straightened up.
Jonathan Taylor overcame a 4-year addiction to opioids, thanks in part to the Teen Challenge Ministry. Now he leads adult programs for this Columbus-based nonprofit. His now wife Amanda also went through the structured 12-month residential program after years of meth and crack cocaine.
I just remember having hope, and I knew it was over, and I could breathe again.
There's 90 people that die every day because of opioid overdose.
The president and CEO of Teen Challenge Southeast region says Georgia is one of the top 11 states for prescription opioid abuse. And last year, out of the 25 people in Columbus who died from drug overdoses, most were related to painkillers, which can lead to more dangerous street drugs.
And it starts as prescription. 70% of those that actually are on heroin start with some kind of opioid prescription, such as Vicodin, Oxycontin.
Teen Challenge, based in Columbus, plans to open a first-of-its-kind 90-day residential treatment facility later this year for females with life-controlling issues. It will be licensed by the state, which means they can accept private insurance, opening it up to different addicts than the year-long program that Jonathan and Amanda graduated from. Now, on the other side, they're seeing a huge increase in those opioid addictions.
Right now, it's at the height of where I've ever seen it.
And now it's actually everywhere you go.
Teen Challenge Southeast tackling the opioid crisis with a holistic approach, including a spiritual component and peer-to-peer counseling.
We have a 70% success rate in Teen Challenge of those that actually graduate our program. 5 years after they leave, they're free from alcohol and drugs. The core piece of what we do is try to connect people back to God.
The organization has 20 centers and a total of 1,000 beds in 6 southeastern states, now about to add that 90-day option.
And wherever we can reach them, whatever place they're in, whatever they're able to commit to, we want to find them there.
A Braves pitcher struck out a Seattle Seahawks quarterback today. Theo Dorsey is going to explain that to you. Plus, it's win or go home time across the state of Georgia. Final 4 highlights from Macon and Fort Valley in sports next.
The List, weekdays at 4:30 on WALB NBC.
Hi, I'm Gil Gillespie of Gillespie Printers. Commercial printing of all types, from letterheads and envelopes to business forms and color brochures.
We do that.
Traditional and custom social and wedding invitations.
We do that.
Rush color printing or copy jobs.
We do that.
Exceed our customers' expectations.
We do that.
Call or come see us at Gillespie Printers. You do that.
The Trust Bank can make your dreams come true. Whether a new construction loan or a fixed-rate mortgage, we want to be your bank. Meet our president, Robert Greiner, Matt Stanlin in Valdosta, Jeff Baldry in Adel.
I'm Katie. And I'm Callie. And we are realtors with Huey & Newman Real Estate Company.
If you're thinking of buying and selling a property, call us. We are the market experts.
We're a family-owned business for over 60 years, and we want to treat you just like family. So call us today.
It's Factory Direct Marine's last chance for holiday savings. It's huge. Bigger than 2 football fields, heated and all indoors. Save thousands with over 300 motorhomes in stock and ready for immediate delivery. We make camping and boating great again. New Class C packages from $3.99 a month. New Class A packages from $8.99 a month. New travel trailer packages from $99 a month. Top NADA trade values, on-the-spot financing, and no money down programs. Get our best factory direct deals now. Supplies are limited. Don't miss it.
How would you like to win a year of unlimited golf at one of the area's best maintained courses? Forest Lakes Golf Club in Tipton is offering this unbeatable deal, and all you have to do is go to SouthGeorgiaWeekend.com to enter. It's that easy. Forest Lakes, in partnership with ABAC, is a premier 9-hole par 72 course with the best greens and fairways in the state. For your chance to win a year of unlimited golf at Forest Lakes Golf Club, go to SouthGeorgiaWeekend.com and go under the contest tab to enter today. Don't wait. Contest ends March 9th.
Dear community, we know we can continue to improve on the care we provide to South Georgia. We want to meet your expectations, and we're listening. We have new administration committed to this community 100%. We're working closer than ever with physicians throughout the area. We're investing millions in technology, facility updates, recruitment, and training to ensure a better patient experience. Change is in the air. Thank you, South Georgia, for letting us prove ourselves to you. Sincerely, SGMC.
WALB First Alert Weather. We track storms. And now the Phoebe Orthopedic Sports Desk with Theo Dorsey.
South Georgia, let's talk sports.
Yeah, what she said. And I hope you're ready because we've got plenty of high school basketball action coming right at you tonight. And let's start in the GHSA. The Americus Sumter girls basketball team made an impressive run to the Final Four this year. Let's see if they could punch their ticket to the state title game. Fort Valley State, the site is Americus Sumter, taking on Henry County in the GHSA Quad A semifinals in the third quarter. Lady Panthers down. Shadijah Johnson says not for long. The steal coast to coast for 2. Now they're down by 6. And again later on in the quarter, Johnson going to do her thing in transition. This time she's going to hit Nyjah Carson. And Carson, oh, that's easy money. Nice little layup with the righty, and the Americus Sumter boys team really enjoying that. Henry County's Janiyah Wadsworth going to add to the Henry County's lead here with the spin move and the shot. Lady Warhawks up 6 at that point. The Lady Panthers defense was stingy all night, but they couldn't secure the boards. Right there, Usoria McWarther gets the second chance points to go. Under 3 to go. Lady Panthers down big. You got Jacaria Long nailing the triple, but it wouldn't be enough. Americus Sumter eliminated 51-38 the final. Long held to just a dozen points with the defense breathing down her neck all afternoon.
It's hard to get her the ball. Everybody else was standing around I'm like, attack. Just play. And we worked on it, but, in real life it's kind of somewhat difficult. And on this stage, we just couldn't get it done.
This was the Lady Panthers' second trip to the Final Four in 3 seasons. They won the state title back in 2016. Now, to the GISA, it was also the Final Four for the girls' AA tournament. The undefeated Lady Cats of Westwood taking on Robert Toombs at Mercer University. Third quarter, Crusaders, Michaela Blackshear off the glass because the bank is open. Because it's what, Friday? Yeah, it's Friday. Later on, more from Blackshear. Hitting it from the deep range there, and the cheerleaders liking it, but Westwood would like what they did a little bit more. That's Derica Harris, who drops one in, and then McKinley Coleman on the inside working the post. Westwood advances to the state championship game. They won it 71-46, improving to 27-0 on the year. Now, Crisp Academy against Brentwood at Mercer to see who will play Westwood in said championship game. First quarter, Crisp Academy has something to say. Out the gate swinging, out in Macon, trying to make their voice heard. On the other end, though, Shelby Everett, she also likes her voice to be heard, rattling around on the rim. The triple is good. They played so tight tonight, we needed overtime, but in overtime, only 3 points would be scored. Sadly for Crisp Academy, all 3 points were for Brentwood as they went on to win it 51-48 in overtime. Clock strikes midnight on their Cinderella run, and Westwood and Brentwood going to take off against each other tomorrow at 2 for the state championship game. Let's take a gander to college basketball because the South Georgia Tech Lady Jets are again one step closer to the national tournament. The Lady Jets took down East Georgia 61-52 tonight in the hangar in Americus. South Georgia Tech will now play in the District J Championship next Saturday for a spot in the NJC AA tournament. They're the defending district champs. The Braves spring training has gotten off to a slow start in the win column, but it's about development around this time of the year. Taking on the Yankees today, top of the first, Ronald Acuna Jr. homering to center field, and well, that would drive in a run as well. The Braves off to a strong start, up 3-0 in the first. Top of the second, Austin Riley driving a double down the center field as well. They like center field today. Jeff Decker going to come in to score. Braves up 4-0. And check this out. Super Bowl champion and Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson will be up to batting. We might not be able to see it, but he's going to get struck out. Pinch hitting for Aaron Judge. Yankees get the last laugh. They win 5-4. Let's take a look at the Fishing Game forecast. 3 o'clock, a great time, but that's awesome getting to strike out a Super Bowl winning quarterback, huh?
At least he didn't get knocked down.
That's very true. That's good.
Thanks to you. Well, the runners participating in the Snickers Marathon had a chance to have a meal together before tomorrow's big race. We'll tell you what was on the menu.
Sponsored by Ameris Bank. New year, new goals. Get funding for your fresh ideas.
Introducing the new 2018 Ford F-150 with best-in-class towing, best-in-class payload, and best-in-class torque. The F-150 lineup has the capability to get big things to big places big time. And things just got bigger. F-150 is now Motor Trend's 2018 Truck of the Year. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
Have you thought about your future? Are you looking for a fast track to a better life? Don't let another day go by without a plan. Let Georgia Military College help revive your path to success. Whether online or on campus, with GMC's quarter system, you can earn college credits in half the time as a traditional. Time is ticking, and GMC is already registering for spring classes now. So stop by their campus or visit online. Georgia Military College. Start here. Go anywhere.
Tackle all kinds of jobs around your place with the highly versatile Kubota L-Series tractor. They're comfortable, spacious, and easy to control with performance-matched implements and a genuine Kubota diesel engine for years of reliable service. Right now, get a Kubota L-Series with 0% APR financing for up to 84 months, plus a 6-year warranty and up to $300 in customer instant rebates when you purchase 2 qualifying implements.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Tickets are available now for an Evening for ABAC, the must-attend event of the year, on Friday, March 2nd in Tifton, Georgia, featuring the music of the electrifying Rhythm Nation. You will make a difference in a student's life while enjoying a great evening of dinner and dancing with an amazing silent auction. Proceeds provide scholarships for students from across South Georgia. Visit our website or call us to learn more.
WALB News 10 and HD, sponsored by Montlick & Associates, Albany Injury Attorneys.
Hundreds of runners fueled up on carbs at the Albany Civic Center, getting ready for tomorrow's big marathon. Tonight, organizers hosted a pasta dinner during the Snickers Marathon Runners Expo. Several runners chowed down on spaghetti, salad, green beans, and dessert. One couple from Kansas City, Missouri, closing in on their goal of running a marathon across all 50 states. They're now only 10 states short of success. They say eating heavy carbs helps prepare not only the body, but the mind.
You don't go into a marathon feeling as confident when you eat something you're not used to eating the night before. It's not the spaghetti like you're used to, and so it's a big comfort to have this. We don't have to worry about where we're going to get our spaghetti.
The night before the marathon, lots of runners eat those heavy carbs, fueling their body. So the pasta and the vegetables, exactly what those runners need to be ready. And we wish all of those runners the very best of luck with their race tomorrow morning. Our next news is at 6 tomorrow night, but you can always keep up with the latest news, weather, and sports anytime with our WALB News 10 app or at our website, WALB.com. Good night, everyone.
Title Max makes it easy to turn your title into cash. Just go to Title